What if every time you checked your wallet, the amount of cash in your wallet changed? Yesterday you checked it and you had $43. Today you check it and you have $38. Tomorrow you check it and you have $50 even. How would you deal with this? Would you wonder who's playing a prank on you, or would you want to talk with whoever is in charge of your disappearing dollars which come back with friends? Welcome to Whiteboard Crypto, the #1 YouTube channel for crypto education, and here we explain the topics of the cryptocurrency world using analogies, stories, and examples so that you can easily understand them. In this video, we are going to explain some common algorithms that stablecoins use to stay pegged to $1, or at least try to stay pegged, because yes, we're also going to talk about their issues as well. First off, this video is going to be a bit more technical, so if you don't know what stablecoins are, go watch our generic hand-me-down video about them. Trust me, you'll learn a lot if you haven't already figured that out about our channel. Anyways, we are going to assume that you know that stablecoins are cryptocurrency tokens that are supposed to stay equal to around $1, so that you don't have to worry about your Bitcoin going down 50% or your Ethereum doubling in a month. They're used as a way to participate in decentralized finance without the volatility. Well, we're going to explain these 3 stablecoin algorithms and let you decide if they're worth holding. The first algorithm is something called Rebase. Basically, rebasing is a term where the coins are self-aware of their own price and will do something to make sure that they go back to $1 if they're not. In short, here's what they'll do. If they're more than $1, money printer go brrr, and they will give everyone free tokens so that each token is worth $1. So if you hold 0.0001% of all of those stablecoin tokens, when they rebase to get the peg back to $1, you will get 0.0001% of how many free tokens they just printed. This way, you don't change the actual value of how much money you have, you just change how many tokens are out there and how much they are worth individually. So everyone has the same amount of money. But from time to time, it just takes a different number of tokens to equal $1. Debasing is the term for the opposite. If the value is under $1, they actually take away an equal number of tokens from everyone's wallet. In the case of rebasing and debasing, it doesn't matter if your tokens are in a cold wallet or on an exchange. Wherever they are, the amount in that wallet will effectively change over time so that the price of the coin stays $1. Basically, in this case, instead of having price volatility, you are instead having supply volatility. This means instead of the stablecoin going up to $1.20 or down to 75 cents, it stays $1 more steadily, but the amount of coins that are out there changes a lot. Now there's a big problem that we see to this though. The IRS is going to have one big corporate aneurysm trying to figure out the cost basis of your shrinking and growing wallet. Now the next 2 algorithms use human behavior to stay pegged to $1. How do you even change the value of something? Well, you have to change what everyone believes it is. Humans are a lot like rats, in the way that you can train them to do specific things if you give them the right incentives and punishments. This is where we have to get into a fancy word called Seigniorage Supply. In the case that we have seen, all seniorage coins fail. We don't know exactly why, but our best guess is human greed. By the way, basis coin and empty set dollar coins both are seniorage coins. They just work a little differently. Seniorage is the term to describe the profit that banks make between printing money and what the money is actually worth. So if a dollar costs 3 pennies to make, but it will be worth $1, that means the seniorage is 97 cents. Let's go over 2 famous Seigniorage Supply stablecoins. Basis Cash keeps its peg because there are 3 total coins for this process to work. First, when the price of Basis Cash is over $1, they do the simplest thing possible to push the price back down to $1. They print more. But when they print more, where do they put that money? Well, if you own yourself some of the second token, Basis Shares, which is actually the second coin in this stablecoin trio, you get a portion of all those free Basis Cash tokens that were newly minted. So now we know how to push the price down. What about when the price falls below $1? Well, people can buy bonds. More specifically, the token is called Basis Bonds. Whenever the price falls below $1, traders can spend their Basis Cash to buy Basis Bonds. So this way, the price of Basis Cash goes back up since they're basically getting rid of tokens. Well, why the heck would you be incentivized to get rid of your tokens? The answer is, the next time that the price goes above $1, the Basis bondholders will get paid first, and then the Basis shareholders do. Theoretically, this gives humans a fair incentive to keep the price at $1. If it goes above, they can do something to make money, and if it goes below, they can do something to make money. In reality though, that's not what happens. Where would all this free money come from anyways? When we dig a little deeper, we see that these coins usually work in two cycles: expansion and contraction. As more people are investing in the stablecoin and investing in the system, the whole system is expanding and the stablecoin usually keeps its price pegged to $1, simply by printing more. However, when investors start to trade their stablecoin for other coins and tokens, and the price starts falling, the inverse happens. The price plunges, and something called a death spiral happens, which means there's a ton of free coins that are printed, and the prices of all three of these tokens go crazy. But specifically, the stablecoin usually falls close to zero. In fact, you can actually check the price of Basis Cash right now on CoinMarketCap, and it's probably not $1. Moving on, Empty Set Dollar is a very similar coin. However, instead of having a coin trio, there's only two coins. The share coin and the stable coin are one, so you only have a stable coin and then the bond coin. So you can actually stake your Empty Set Dollar stable coin to earn the income when the dollar's price is over $1. This is in contrast to the method that we described above, where you had to buy a whole different token. Now, if Empty Set Dollar price goes under $1, holders can purchase what are called coupons, which are basically sold at a discount, and their purpose is to get rid of empty set dollars in the system, effectively burning them and then raising the price. Now, why would you want to buy a coupon? Well, coupons are only redeemable if the price goes above $1, and only for a short period of time. So this method is a little different compared to Basis Cash. However, the tokenomics are pretty much the same. The price of the stablecoin usually goes down when people start to pull their money out. It doesn't matter if they're investing in other tokens or if they're leaving because they're scared. No matter the reason, it causes the price to fall, which then scares more people who pulled their money out, and before you know it, the death spiral isn't even a spiral. It's a straight line down. So we've went over two algorithms, it's time for the third. By now you've probably realized fiat collateralized stablecoins have a ton of benefits. What about if you could combine the two? What if you had the benefit of actually staying pegged to $1 and being backed by $1, but you could also use some algorithm so you don't have to store $60 billion in a bank account like Tether? Or at least you don't have to tell people that you do. This is where we get into fractional algorithmic stablecoins. And at this point, we might as well talk about Iron Finance and their farm token, Titan, as they were a huge stablecoin failure a couple weeks ago. In fact, Mark Cuban even talked about it and invested in it. The stablecoin Iron is 75% collateralized with USDC, which basically means the United States dollar, and the rest of their token was 25% collateralized with Titan. If the price of iron went above $1, someone could come along and mint a new token for 75 cents of USDC and 25 cents of Titan. And so they gave $1 of value, but now they have a coin that is over $1, effectively making a profit. Although, now there's a new token. You do this over and over again, and you actually have buy pressure for Titan. You also have some USDC for collateralization, and even a way to push the price of iron down. When you wrap it all up, it's essentially a way of printing more iron tokens, which, as we have discussed earlier, the best way to push the price of a token down is simply to print more. Now, if iron went below $1, someone could redeem their iron for 75 cents of USDC, and 25 cents of Titan, no matter how many Titan it took to print to make sure that they actually had 25 cents worth. This way, there are less and less of iron tokens, raising the value of that stablecoin. So if the price wasn't $1, there's a way for someone to come along, do something, and then push it back up to $1, and actually that person makes money. We may have complicated this too much already, but long story short, Titan and Iron experienced the death spiral and crashed. We can make a full video on the story of Iron Finance, but Finematics actually did a great job explaining it, so you should check out his similar channel if you're interested. Now, there is a little more involved than what we said here, because Iron Finance has also a yield farm with a liquidity mining program, but those are complicated and outside the scope of this stablecoin algorithm video. Wrapping it up, almost all algorithmic stablecoins have not held their peg to $1. If you find one, definitely leave a comment below, as we would love to research it and cover it in a future video. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope that you enjoyed this informative video. We really hope that you've learned something, and most of all, as always, we hope to see you in the next video.